When we evaluate opportunity cost curve, we can say that it is not free from negative criticism. So the problem is it does not consider the welfare aspects. So the cost conditions are not taken into consideration. Jacob Weiner is the one who have criticized it. Though opportunity cost theory is a reformation, it does not consider about the increase in welfare. At the same time, it also neglects the changes in factor supplies, neglect of leisure, and also it is having unrealistic approaches. So we'll just have a quick recap of opportunity cost theory. So it is a criticism over, or it is a work over the Ricardian model of comparative cost theory. The criticism came in two aspects, that is labor theory of value and the heterogeneity. So opportunity cost is what is given up in order to have some quantity of another thing. So international trade, the base of international trade is just opportunity cost. The assumptions are perfect competition, full employment, two commodity, two country. Factors of production is labor and capital. They are mobile within the nation and immobile outside the nation. There is no restrictions. There is free trade. Technology and factors of production is given and fixed. So the opportunity cost curve is a tool which is also known by the term production possibility curve and also production frontier. It is a tool that is used. So there are four important conditions in which international trade can be analyzed under opportunity cost curves. So the very first one is constant opportunity cost and international trade. There are two aspects which we have to discuss under this. That is the first one in which the relative costs are the same. Here we get the production possibility curve are parallel to each other. When it is having relative cost differences, the production possibility curve have different slopes as shown in this particular figure. Look at this. A1, B1 is again the curve of country B, and A, B is the production possibility curve of country A, that is with commodity Y, and the other one commodity X. So there is a slope difference. So whenever there is an international trade, the trade line is shown by A, B1 curve, the dotted line. What happens is that there is a gain from trade rather than exchanging in the domestic territory. If it exchange goods, for example, commodity Y for commodity X by country A, it can gain only ST in the domestic market, but it can get SR by in the international market. So is the case of country B. It can get country S1 T1 of commodity Y if it trade S1 B1 of commodity X domestically, but when international trade comes up, it can get S1 R1 of commodity Y for S1 B1 of commodity X. So that means T1 R1 is the gain out of international trade. So that is the condition. So in constant case. Now there can be another situation, that is increasing opportunity cost curve. So we can see a concave shaped production possibility curve. So E, the slotted line is the the domestic price line. When there is an international trade, what happens? You can see that the point R, which is a domestic trade, moves to point S, which is on a higher indifference curve. That is the case for country B as well. So here again, see the shape of the production possibility curve A1, B1. Point R is the domestic, R1 is the domestic rate, but it moves to T1, or it can even offer S1, which is on a higher indifference curve. So the indifference curve here are imaginary in nature. They are imaginary in nature. We are not drawing it directly. Now another condition is decreasing opportunity cost. Look at the diagram. Decreasing opportunity cost and international trade. So here we have a convex shaped production possibility curve. AB for country A1 B1 for country B. Country A specializes in commodity Y and country B specializes in commodity X, as in all the cases. So when there is an international trade, again what happens? There is a gain from trade which will be marked on point A B1, which is a straight line, which is the international exchange ratio line. So all the points above the production possibility curves, that is on the international exchange rate line, shows that there is a gain from trade, and it happens to be. There is another possibility, which is the fourth possibility, which was proposed by Kindleberger. He have added to the above discussed or the earlier discussed areas, that is increasing and decreasing opportunity cost and international trade. What happens if both of this occurs? He specified this case in the case of or the existence in the case of production possibility occurs in the case of primary goods. So here up to AL level we have a convex and LB shows a concave curve. Both of this occurs. So when the international trade occurs, there is a gain out of it. That is C1 for commodity X and point C for commodity that is commodity Y, which has already been discussed. And to evaluate the theory, it is not free from defects because welfare is not taken into consideration. At the same time, we do not consider aspects of factor supplies, leisure, and the assumptions too are unrealistic, as Jacob Weiner has suggested. So this is all about opportunity cost theory.